First for the visiting Colonials, number 1, Ryan Smith. Number 8, Johnny Chasen. Number 13, Austin Popovich. Number 17, Sean Vines. Number 22, Jake Boudreau. Number 23, Corson Keeley. Number 25, Owen Down. Number 29, Dan Tadeo. Number 51, Jimmy Perkins. And in goal, number 2, Liam Rosenthal. Robert Morris is led by head coach Drew McKinn. He's assisted by Brandon Mannion and Sean Doyle. Now for the starting lineups for your Air Force Falcons. Number 4, Quincy Payne. Number 5, Aiden Tolan. Number 12, Tommy Hellman. Number 23, Matthew O'Rourke. Number 25, James Chastain. Number 34, Quentin Carlisle. Number 40, Ethan Grandolfo. Number 41, Dodson Pietrowski. Number 43, Ben Ward. And in goal, number 19, Braden Host. Air Force is coached by head coach Bill Wilson. He's assisted by John Thompson and Doug Murray. And now let's all rise, kind of remove our hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And with that, we welcome you inside the United States Air Force Academy on a frigid, snowy day as you look from the comfort of your own homes. Air Force ready to start here against the Colonials of Robert Morris. This game moved over to the hack just above our broadcast position, and then finally changed down here to the Lacrosse practice facility so we could get this game in outside. And what a snowy affair we have for you. Take a look at the Air Force starters. Quincy Payne, Aiden Tolan, Tommy Hellman, Braden Host will be in goal, Matthew O'Rourke, James Chastain, Quentin Carlisle, Ethan Grandolfo, Dodson Pietrowski, and Ben Ward, your starters for the Falcons. And for the Colonials of Robert Morris, in goal, Ryan Smith, Liam Rosenthal, Johnny Chasen, Austin Popovich, Sean Vines, Jake Boudreau, Corson Keeley, Owen Down, Dan Tadeo, and Jimmy Perkins. Get confirmation in just a moment of who is actually starting in goal for the Colonials. It's going to be Liam Rosenthal out of Doylestown, Pennsylvania, just north of Philadelphia. And we are about ready to go. Pleasure to have you along with us on what is going to be a very snowy weekend here in Colorado Springs. Robert Morris in gray with white numbers, Air Force white, home whites with the blue. Robert Morris controls early. Air Force, good job winning that back. And Air Force finally will control off the ground ball. That's Grandolfo. Nice little move around the edge. Loses it momentarily, gets it back. Just looking for some help, and the help defense coming from Robert Morris. Robert Morris will play. That was a good early opportunity for the Falcons. A little slip there on the snow. Very difficult conditions here at the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. Ball's going to go behind and out, much to the happiness of the Air Force bench. Air Force make a little bit of ground on the far side. Play it back across. Real difficult conditions to see the ball. We might need a can of orange spray paint as this game goes on. Beautiful pass there from Air Force, stretching the field. Shot coming in, shot low, blocked. There was a shot from Tolan. And Robert Morris is going to get the ball. That was Aiden Tolan, the freshman out of Annapolis. Liam Rosenthal in goal for the Colonials. Nice little run there by Elliot Holden. Shot goes in, shot goes behind. Hope that you're staying safe wherever you are in this snowstorm as Air Force brings the ball out. Nice little pass over to the near side to Quincy Peen. Quincy Peen gives it off. Peen, the senior out of Ridgewood, New Jersey. Grandolfo, once again, a focal point for Air Force's offense. Back to Peen. Peen still with the ball, looking for help. Gets it out to the other side. Air Force trying to pull Robert Morris to and fro. Braden Host then gives it off. Actually, I believe that was Brendan Krause, number 18 for Air Force. Hope you'll bear with me. A little difficult to see the numbers in the snow. Nice little move around the edge. Shot goes in, and there's a goal for Air Force. I believe that was number 12, Tommy Hellman. Tommy Hellman with the goal. The sophomore from
Hellman with the score.
Darien, Connecticut. Played at Darien High School, the Blue Wave. Oh, 1-0 to the Falcons. Great goal from Hellman. I'll stay with Robert Morris, and behind the Air Force net, they'll work it out. Not afraid to look back. This is Popovich. No relation to Greg. Popovich again, over to the near side to Ryan Smith. And behind the Falcon net. Back to Smith. Smith over to Popovich. Thought about the shot. Popovich, Smith. Popovich again, he wants that off that right wrist. Not going to get it from Air Force. Here's Taddeo. Shot comes in, and that's a goal. Austin Popovich.
Colonials goal, number 13, Austin Popovich. He's assisted by number 29, Dan Taddeo.
The assist was number 29, Dan Taddeo. Shout out to our SID, Marcus Rodriguez, for throwing that over to us in the broadcast booth. 1-1 early doors here at the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. Real scrap for the ball there. Finally controlled by Robert Morris up off the ground ball. This pass a little bit high though from Delamanche. Falcons will run. Falcons over to the near side. They've made a couple changes. This is Grandolfo though. Grandolfo goes toward goal. Sees that one saved, and Robert Morris will control. It's good play from Ethan Grandolfo, the sophomore from Wilton, Connecticut. Went to Fairfield Prep, the Jesuits out there in Fairfield. Ball at the far side. Robert Morris once again controlling. Snow still starting to fall here in Colorado Springs. Ryan Smith looking to pick that one up. He does just that. Smith will drop it back over to Perkins. Shot comes in, shot goes in. That is a goal from Ben Starkey, the sophomore from Strongsville, Ohio.
9, Ben Starkey. Assisted by number 51, Jimmy Perkins.
It was Perkins with the assist. Good play from Robert Morris.
I assume that's the
Oh, 2-1, the Colonials, they lead. Early here at the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs on a snowy day in Colorado Springs. Real fight. Air Force going to control that one for a split second. Real fight for it again.
Protect the hole, Justine! Justine!
Snow playing a major factor in this one. Air Force going to come away with it. Great job there by Sterling Cheshker. Falcons just looking to move Robert Morris side to side. Far side for Air Force. Matthew O'Rourke switches it over to the near side. This is Gianni Orlando. Orlando with the run. Orlando with the shot. Saved by Liam Rosenthal. Nice move by Gianni Orlando. Senior from Castle Rock, went to Valor Christian High School. Shouts to Christian McCaffrey. Nice move there in the middle by Jake Boudreau. Over to Austin Popovich. Popovich over to Colton Lindstone, junior from British Columbia, Victoria, BC. Thought about the shot there to Robert Morris. Nice extra pass. It's a shot from Jimmy Perkins, who had the assist on the last goal for Robert Morris. Air Force switching things up. That pass just a little bit too high for Aiden Tolan, freshman from Annapolis. Unable to bring that one down in the snow. Ball out on the far side. Robert Morris back to their goalkeeper Rosenthal. And him out to Austin Popovich. Got some wheels on him. Nice move there. Breaks up field as Popovich. Young man from Columbus, Ohio. Shot goes in high. It was Ryan Smith with the shot. Young man from Burlington, Ontario. It's just south of Mississauga, which itself is just south of Toronto. Robert Morris controlling in behind the Air Force net. Ball out to Smith again. Smith over to Popovich. Back to Smith with the shot. Top shelf. Ryan Smith assisted by Austin Popovich.
Colonials go by number 1, Ryan Smith. Assisted by number 13, Austin Popovich.
Beautiful shot from Ryan Smith. Going top shelf where my grandmother hangs her clothes. Love the top shelf where the spiders lay their eggs. (3-1) now to Robert Morris. Great job by Air Force there. Alex Cash breaking away with that ground ball. Cash. Nice move by Air Force. In. Shot. Goal. Brilliantly done there. Aiden Tolan.
Number 5, Aiden Tolan. The unassisted goal.
Wonderful goal for Air Force. It was Brian Mitchell actually on that ground ball. Robert Morris with the ball. That last goal going to be chalked off. Was actually the ground ball last possession by Brian Michael for Air Force, the junior from Farmingdale, New York. Led to the shot from Air Force, but in the end, chalked off. Nice save there from the United States Air Force Academy. And they'll run in the snow. Nice move from Quincy Peen. Quincy Peen with the shot. That's saved from Liam Rosenthal. (3-1) it remains to the Colonials of Robert Morris. They'll drive right down Broadway. Shot coming in. There's a shot from Elliot Holden, sophomore from Greensboro, North Carolina. Falcon bench. Circling now, Popovich. Been involved in everything that Robert Morris has had going forward so far on this snowy Saturday afternoon. Here he is again, Popovich. In behind, looks for Ryan Smith, just unable to control that one. That'll be Air Force's. Force will look long in the snow. Beautiful pass out. Gorgeous pass there. This will be Ethan Grandolfo looking for a little bit of help. Referee's whistle will go. It'll be a timeout for the United States Air Force Academy. 3-1. The Colonials, they lead over the Falcons. Goals from Ryan Smith, Ben Starkey, and Austin Popovich. Popovich also had an assist, so did Dan Taddeo and Jimmy Perkins for the Colonials, and for the United States Air Force Academy. Had a goal chalked off. Tommy Hellman getting on the score sheet for Air Force. Snow continuing to fall here in Colorado Springs. Late add to our schedule. This game originally supposed to be in the Hack, moved outside. Falcon get a good look at their huddle there. Getting the instructions from head coach Bill Wilson, now in his 12th season at Air Force, his third as the head coach. Graduate of Loyola, assisted by John Thompson in his first season and Doug Murray in his third. Lines being cleared during the timeout here at the lacrosse practice facility. Falcons with a couple of changes out of the timeout. Robert Morris as well, 4:58 remaining here early on at the United States Air Force Academy. 3-1, the Colonials lead. Pleasure to have you alongside with us in the snow. Nice move there from Air Force. Gonna have to fight for that ball. Falcons gonna control out back in front of the Robert Morris net. Circling there is Chase Douglas. Douglas still with the ball. Douglas around front with the shot and the goal.
Falcons goal.
Chase Douglas, number 55, with the goal.
Number 55, Chase Douglas with the goal.
Chase Douglas from Arapahoe High School, just north of our broadcast position, went to the prep school here at the United States Air Force Academy.
Dog, you know who this weather's really good for? That's a sneaky fast guy. That's a sneaky fast guy. That's what he's really good for.
Robert Morris just barely going to control. Really control from Michael Autry. Falcons took that back momentarily, but Robert Morris, they break forward. Looking for some help there was Jake Boudreau. It's going to have to be scooped up by Michael Autry. Autry out of Frederick, Maryland. That's just west of Charm City. Shout out to the Frederick Keys baseball team. And behind for Robert Morris, that's Jimmy Perkins, graduate player from Pittsburgh. Previously played at the University of Utah before making his way to Robert Morris. Ball swung around. Robert Morris looking for the shot. Air Force, great defense. Braden Host scooping that one up for the Falcons.
Okay, I got turnover 26, Robert Morris, and then ground ball 19, and then I got turnover Air Force 25.
It's a turnover from James Chastain for the Falcons. It'll be Robert Morris ball.
Yeah, 26 you had.
Beautiful save from Braden Host. Falcons with the shot, not seeing that one be able to get on net. Robert Morris. Colonials will control. Now the Colonial lead. Great pressure there from the Air Force Falcons, forcing that turnover. Quincy Peen for Air Force. Senior out of Ridgewood, New Jersey. It's about an hour northwest of New York City. He'll look back. He'll find his teammate Matthew O'Rourke, senior from Georgia. O'Rourke dumps it off. I think the shot's going to come in. Shot does. Partially blocked. In behind, it'll be Robert Morris controlling. Robert Morris breaking forward, looking for that extra pass, trying to get it back to Jimmy Perkins. Air Force will control, pushing forward. Quincy Peen. Peen looking for some help. He'll drop it off near side to Ethan Grandolfo. Falcons will make a change. Chase Douglas will check in for Chris Bardak. Shot goes in. It was well saved. And then scooped up off the ground ball from Robert Morris. That'll be Elliot Holden, sophomore from Greensboro. Ball back into the center, big physical play there. Took a piece of Ben Starkey as he went through. Good defense from Air Force. "45 seconds remain here. Early at the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, the Colonials with a 3-2 lead over Air Force. Inside of 30 seconds remaining, and the Falcons will slow it down. Nice little step around. Shot comes in. Shot is well saved by Liam Rosenthal. He's got about 5 seconds left. Ball's got to go forward in a hurry. It does just that. And plucked out of the air and then thrown all the way back. And that'll be the end of the first quarter here at the Air Force Academy. The Colonials of Robert Morris, they lead the Falcons 3-2.
Trying to place the ball versus just ripping the ball. Crouch, you tried to place that ball on that one. All right, you just friggin' hammer the ball to the high and away corner. Not one of us has gone high on this kid for in time. All right, you just friggin' shoot the ball where you want to shoot the ball. Forget about where he's good or not. Bring yours. We are doing the process. It's really good. We just gotta get the outcome. We just gotta get the outcome. Mikey! Right now, forward him! Right now, forward him! Let's go, Ben! Let's go, Mike! Yeah, Mike! What up, Mike? Hey, good stuff, boys! Good stuff, boys! Keep it up! Keep it up here, boys! Makes a huge difference! Mikey!
Back here at the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, about ready for the second quarter. Falcons in white. They trail 3-2. Snow steadily coming down, as it's going to be doing all weekend here in the Colorado Springs area. Robert Morris, fresh off of scoring 17 in their last game, coming in here to the academy obviously with a ton of confidence. We are ready for the start of the second quarter.
24 for Robert Morris and 11 for Air Force.
Fight for it there. Thought Air Force might have had it initially. Ball's gonna get caught up in the snow. Robert Morris will control. With James Leary. Leary hits the deck hard. Air Force. Air Force, extra man over, needed that extra pass. Just a little bit lower. They were looking for Mike Matheson, a senior from Syracuse. Just over the top of his head, and Robert Morris will play out. Austin Popovich. The two Falcon goal scorers, Douglas and Hellman for Air Force. It was Aiden Tolan's goal that was chalked off in the first quarter for the Falcons. Fight for it on the far side, controlled by Popovich. And such a dangerous player has young Austin Popovich. Graduate student from Columbus, Georgia. And that's going to be a goal for Robert Morris. Goal for Jimmy Perkins.
Goal by number 51, Jimmy Perkins, unassisted.
Perkins had an assist in the first quarter. Now he gets a goal to his name, another graduate player. This one out of Pittsburgh. Going back home to play his college lacrosse. So 4-2 now, the Colonials lead over Air Force Falcons. Pleasure to have you along with us. Falcons emerge with the ground ball. That's Chris Bardak. Big hit there right in front of the
Turnover 17 caused by
Robert Morris bench.
Robert Morris.
Robert Morris slowing things down. Ryan Smith with the ball, looking to beat his man off to the right-hand side. Good defense from Air Force, forces Smith back. Corson Keeley out to the far side now, in behind the Air Force net. Shot goes in, shot goes wide. That was Corson Keeley with the shot, the senior from Ottawa.
And save. And then grab ball, Robert Morris.
And the referee's whistle is gonna go. It's gonna be Air Force ball. Falcons back to Braden Host, senior from Regis High School in Aurora. It's the eastern part of Denver. Off to Quincy Peen, senior from Ridgewood, New Jersey. Peen will be, just slow things down, he'll be replaced by Gianni Orlando, senior from Castle Rock. Orlando, near side. Falcons working the ball slowly now on the far side. Nice little extra step. Ball will go back. Shot might come in. Go to the near far side in the end. To Hellman. Hellman off. Nice pass. It was a shot. Quick wrist shot by Brendan Krause, the junior from Elderson, Maryland. for the Falcons. Wonderful individual effort there.
Falcons goal.
Ethan Grandolfo, I believe, a sophomore from Wilton, Connecticut.
Ethan Grandolfo with the goal.
4-3 now, the Robert Morris lead. What a piece of individual skill that was from Grandolfo, sophomore from Wilton, Connecticut.
Ground ball, Robert Morris, 22.
Ball controlled by the Colonials. Shot goes up, shot goes in. That's going to be Jimmy Perkins again on the double now for Perkins.
Colonials goal, number 51, Jimmy Perkins.
Beautiful move from in behind the Falcon net for Jimmy Perkins.
All right, 4 for Robert Morris, 11 for Air Force.
Couple of changes for both teams.
Ground ball, Air Force 11. Another ground ball.
Falcons had it for a moment and looked for the extra pass. Colonials will scoop that one up.
Ground ball, Robert Morris, 48.
So Helmich with the ground ball for Robert Morris.
And I got timeout, Robert Morris.
And that'll be a timeout for
Timeout is called by the
Robert
Colonials.
Morris. 10:37 remaining in the first half. Colonials, they lead by a couple.
Let's go. Guys on the field, get to the front. Hey, we need to be more disciplined as a team. We know guys, we need to continue to do what we do between the lines, right? And on the defensive end, guys, if you get hung up, you get hung up. We're just doing outlet. Not a big deal. That's 2 times that we've let them run around the top side. Get hung up, you get hung up. It's not the end of the world. It won't fly. He runs. It works. Hey, I'll just say it feels like it's a face-off striping in the middle of the field. They are being decisive, and we are not. Stop worrying about slipping. Put your foot in the ground and do it as hard as you can.
You can hear
Don't worry about that. Start sprinting.
head coach Bill Wilson telling his team to be more decisive in the attack. Falcons first out. The Robert Morris lead. 10:37 remaining in the first half.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Robert Morris with the ball. Ryan Smith, graduate player from Ontario, Burlington, Ontario. Ryan Smith again, he'll push it out to the far side. Trying to create space there. Robert Morris, Air Force, doing a good job defensively. That pass just a little bit loose there from Robert Morris. That'll be Air Force ball. A couple changes for the Colonials. One of them, Johnny Chasen, junior from Glenwood, Maryland. It's just west of Baltimore through Ellicott City.
Turnover 26 caused by
Turnover for Air Force, and Robert Morris will attack. Robert Morris off to the near side. Blake Laurie, sophomore from Hudson, Ohio. Popovich, so instrumental in what the Colonials do. Popovich loses everything. Air Force will scoop that one up. That was Quincy Peen for the Falcons. Nice little spinorama there. Air Force forced to look back. Swing it back to their goalkeeper. And out to the near side to Matthew O'Rourke. O'Rourke takes the contact, takes the Robert Morris player down. Falcons attack. Just being held up. Quincy Peen with the ball for Air Force. Over to the near side to Brendan Krause. That ball's going to be scooped up by Robert Morris, and they'll run. It's James Leary. Leary all the way in, lays it off. Shot comes in. Great save, though, by the Falcons. It's going to be a goal.
Colonials goal by number 23, Corson Keeley.
Corson Keeley with the goal. He's senior from Ottawa. So 6-3 now, the Robert Morris lead. Morris doing a great job off that ground ball by Stephen Delamanche, freshman from Mantua, New Jersey. Robert Morris in behind the Falcon net. Smith for the Colonials. Smith, such a strong player. Shot up and over the Air Force net. Looked like it was on target. In the end, just whistled over the crossbar. Robert Morris with the ball. Back to Smith. He'll go with the right hand goal for Ryan Smith. His second of the afternoon for Smith.
Colonials goal by number 1, Ryan Smith.
Smith, the graduate player from Burlington, Ontario.
Assist goes to number 41, Tiger Clark.
7-3 now, the lead for the Colonials over the Falcons. Just under 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Violation called against Robert Morris. That'll be Air Force ball. Good opportunity here for the Falcons just to arrest some of this momentum from Robert Morris. Nice break toward goal. Shot goes in. Shot well saved. It was saved by Rosenthal after the shot from the Falcons. Almighty scrap for the ball right in front of the benches. Snow playing a part too. Ground ball taken by the Falcons. That was Tommy Hellman.
12 caused by 20 and the ground ball 17.
And then
I got a turnover on the team. Ground ball.
Air Force just trying to pass out from the back. Robert Morris steals that, looking for the extra pass themselves. Goes over in front. Ball back in, up top. Shot. Saved by the Falcons. Saved again by Air Force. And behind the Falcon net.
And then ground ball.
Big hit coming in right there. It was Quincy Peen who absorbed that from Robert Morris. Looks like Peen's going to be all right. Both teams making some changes. Far side now for Robert Morris. He'll push it up the line and just curl back. Over to Dan Taddeo, junior from Penfield, New York.
To be honest, you may have to look at the sequence.
At least the home visitors all are right.
Yeah.
There's not current.
Shot goes in from the Colonials. Whistles wide.
Ground ball, Robert Morris, 23.
Helmet comes off a Robert Morris player, and the flag goes out. And that's going to give the Colonials an advantage.
Air Force 25 slash.
Falcons being called for the splash. That was James Chastain, the freshman from
1 minute.
Pennsylvania. Went to Avon Grove High School, the Red Devils. So the advantage for Robert Morris. Ball movement from the Colonials. Near side, shot goes in. Head coach Bill Wilson for the Falcons there, turning around, telling his bench they're shooting it. We are not. Robert Morris, like it on this near side. Nice extra pass. Look out in front. Thought the shot was going to come in. Shot comes in short. And in the end, just wide. Shot goes in. Shot goes in. That's going to be
Colonials goal.
Alex Funk.
11, Alex Funk, unassisted.
Put a little bit of extra funk on that one. Did the young man from Newton Square, Pennsylvania. Eight to 3 now. The Colonials lead here in the snow at the United States Air Force Academy.
Who are they?
4 for Robert Morris and 28.
4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Fight for it. Scooped up off the ground ball from Michael Autry, senior from Frederick, Maryland. And that'll be a timeout for Robert Morris. The Colonials, they lead 8 to 3 here at the Air Force Academy. 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first half.
Intensity that's going to win a game. Right now, you're playing on your heels on the defensive end. You're waiting for everything to come to us instead of getting down the hill. Okay, they are personnelling us on the offensive end of the field and on the defensive end of the field and on the face-off dot in between the lines. The snow isn't affecting them. The surface is not affecting them. All we're doing is letting someone impose their will on us. The question is, are we going to step up and are we going to make a change? Protect your goalie. You guys got it? Stop letting people step in and shoot. Do your job.
ready here for the last 4 minutes and change of the first half. Robert Morris up 8-3 over the United States Air Force Academy here in the snow in Colorado Springs. Very calm talk there at that timeout from head coach of Robert Morris, Drew McKinn. 10th season now with the Colonials. McKinn went to Providence in his college days, the Friars. Robert Morris controlling, so comfortable in their possession inside Air Force's half. And behind the Falcon net, back out top. Momentarily losing the ball was Ryan Smith. That'll be scooped up from Air Force. Ground ball from Quentin Carlisle, the junior from Indianapolis for the Falcons. Turnover. Robert Morris, they'll run. Extra pass to Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith with another goal. That's a hat trick for Smith.
Colonials goal by number 1, Ryan Smith.
1 in assist.
3 goals now for Smith. Robert Morris forcing that turnover deep in the Air Force half, then running at the Falcons. Ryan Smith, just way too much quality from the grad student out of Ontario. See the 9-3 now, the lead for Robert Morris. Falcons do a great job on the ground ball. They'll run. Falcons really need something here before the end of the half. It was great there from Brandon Krause for Air Force to start this attack for the Falcons.
Hey, 1-8, that's good shit!
Apologize for some of the language there.
Easy, Paul! Easy!
Let's turn down our field microphone a little bit. Keep the language a little more Disney-worthy here on the broadcast. Falcon circle. Looking for some help. Finally get the help. Beautiful little pass there from Chase Douglas, and what a finish from Aiden Tolan.
Number 5, Aiden Tolan.
Wonderful assist from Chase Douglas.
Assisted by number 55, Chase Douglas.
Good play from Air Force. They really needed a goal there. 9-4 now the lead for Robert Morris. Just beautiful play from the Falcons.
I did like the last game. Yeah, we had the same. It was so beautiful. Stan does some weird stuff. Ground ball, Robert Morris 22.
Ground ball won by Jake Boudreau for Robert Morris. Lost that one momentarily in the snow. Falcons fighting for it. It will be Falcon ball.
Ground ball,
Falcons will break. It's been all Air Force last couple possessions. Nice pass, beautiful extra pass, and a beautiful goal. That's Jake Boudreau. Jake Boudreau with the finish. Actually, I apologize. That is Aiden Tolan with the finish. Thank you, Marcus. Goal for Air Force Michael Matheson.
Ground ball, Robert Morris 22.
Robert Morris. Over to the far side. 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. Air Force caught in the last couple. Passing behind the Falcon net, back out in front. Falcons fighting for it.
29 wide.
Shot was wide.
And ground ball, Robert Morris, 29.
Robert Morris, they control. Matt McShay with the ground ball pickup for the Colonials.
Turnover 22.
Great defense from Air Force. Picking it up was Shad Bruce, the sophomore from Delray, California. Robert Morris striding forward inside of just about half a minute remaining here in the first. Extra pass across and a goal from Robert Morris. Jimmy Perkins, his third of the afternoon.
Colonials goal by number 51, Jimmy Perkins, assisted by number 29, Dan Tadeo.
It was assisted by Dan Tadeo, his second assist of the game for Tadeo. 3 goals now for Jimmy Perkins, graduate player from Pittsburgh. And 28 seconds remaining in the half for Air Force.
These jerseys are like really nice.
Yeah. That's inexcusable.
You got big numbers.
2-goal swing, 30-40.
Ground ball, Robert Morris, 24. Ground ball, Robert Morris, 8.
Robert Morris, 10-5 they lead. 15 seconds remaining in the first. And a goal for Robert Morris. Was that, again, Jimmy Perkins?
Colonials goal by number 51, Jimmy Perkins.
He's got a 4 spot now in this game, 11-5. The Colonials, they lead. Pick up from Quincy Peen, but that will be the end of the first half. Robert Morris, they lead over the Falcons 11-5 here on a snowy Saturday afternoon from the United States Air Force Academy. We'll see you for the second half in just a bit.
Nobody walks. That's our problem.
We welcome you back. Just about to get ready for the start of the second half here at the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. Roland Vargas, pleasure to have you along with us. Snowy afternoon here in southern Colorado. Robert Morris, they lead 11-5. We are underway as the snow flies.
Ground ball, Robert Morris, 22.
Ground ball picked up by the Colonials, Jake Boudreau. Back to Boudreau, swings it over, looking back. Shot in from number 13, Austin Popovich, and that's a goal. Popovich's second of the game.
Goal by number 13, Austin Popovich.
Graduate student out of Columbus, Ohio. So 2 goals and an assist for Popovich. Robert Morris, 12-5, they lead. 10th goal of the season for Popovich.
Ground ball, Air Force 18.
Ground ball for the Falcons. Brandon Krause, the junior from Maryland.
Turnover 5, caused by 17. Ground ball, Robert Morris, 22.
Robert Morris, referee's whistle's gonna go. That'll be
I got turnover Robert Morris. They had too many guys over.
the Air Force's balls. The Falcons are able to locate it in the snow. Very special shout out to our Falcon Vision director and our cameraman today, Brian German, upstairs, out in the elements, filming this one. Shot's going to go in. Shot and a goal for the Falcons.
40 is the goal, 22 is the assist. Okay, thanks.
Falcons goal.
The wave up. Oh yeah, assist 22. 40, Grandolfo from Matheson.
Goal for Ethan Grandolfo, his second of the game. The assist from
Number 40,
Mike Matheson.
with the score.
4 for Robert Morris, 8
Assist to Matheson.
Air Force.
12-6 now. Robert Morris's lead.
Ground ball 18.
Ground ball picked up there by Brandon Krause. Falcons will attack. Shot goes in. Shot goes up and over. That was Ethan Grandolfo with the shot off his left-hand side. Chase Douglas for Air Force.
Shot 55.
It was
Wide.
Douglas with the shot. In the end, skipped well wide. Douglas picks it up for the Falcons. To the near side for Quincy Peen. Peen takes his time. He circles, surveys his options. Off to his left. Shot. Blocked along the way. Scooped up and over by Robert Morris. Fight for it there. Great tracking back. Picking up that ground ball was Quentin Carlisle for the Falcons. Quincy Peen. Near side to Douglas and back to Quincy Peen.
Turnover 23. Ground ball, Robert Morris 20.
Robert Morris picking up the ground ball. James Cristoforatos, the junior from Pickering, Ontario. Shot and a goal for the Colonials.
Colonials goal by number 23.
Corson Keeley with the goal, the senior from Ottawa. Second of the
Ryan Smith.
afternoon. Assist was by Ryan Smith. Fight for it there. Ball's just going to get caught up in the snow. Air Force will scoop it up. Ground ball for Air Force's Sterling Cheshker, the senior from Texas's capital city. Falcons just deliberately running their offense. Just over 10 minutes remaining in the third. Robert Morris, they lead 13-6. Nice move around the outside by the Falcons. Curling in behind. That's Gianni Orlando, who's carrying the ball. Orlando again, over to Tommy Hellman. Hellman, nice move. Looking for a teammate now over to his left-hand side. Hellman drops it back to Chase Douglas. That's going to be a turnover.
22, ground ball 22. And clear to Robert Morris. Clear.
Robert Morris on the rush, in front. Shot's going to go in from Robert Morris. That's going to be Will Johansson, junior from Victoria, BC, with the goal for the Colonials.
Colonials goal by number 33, Will Johansson. Assist by Ryan Smith.
Another assist for Ryan Smith. He's had the last couple assists for the Colonials. 14-6 now. Robert Morris lead.
24 for Robert Morris, 18 for Air Force.
About ready to get this one back underway. 10 minutes remaining in the third.
Violation, Robert Morris.
The Air Force's ball after violation for Robert Morris's Stephen Delamange. Shot in, down to the near, well saved by Robert Morris. Another shot comes in from the academy, goes high. Shot around the corner, that's Quincy Peen,
Quincy Payne with the goal unassisted.
senior from Ridgewood, New Jersey. So 14-7 now, the Colonial lead.
Go white to gold right now, okay?
Thought the Falcons had it momentarily. Robert Morris will fight.
Ground ball.
There it is. Picked up by Robert Morris. Colton Lindstone, junior from Victoria, British Columbia. All back to Austin Popovich. Popovich to Lindstone. Lindstone over to Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith again. Popovich, Lindstone. Far side, looking for Ben Starkey. And that'll be turnover, and that'll be Air Force ball.
Clear to Air Force.
Falcons build up the far side. Nice little step in there from Shad Bruce.
Shot 5C. Ground ball, Robert Morris, 33, clear 10.
Robert Morris up the far side with the ball. Sean Vines, a senior from Maryland, from Conowingo, Maryland. Robert Morris not in a rush, dropping it back. This time over to the near side to Popovich. Popovich over to Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith's got a hat trick so far in this game. Robert Morris back to Taggart Clark. Clark again.
Ground ball. Oh. Turnover 22 calls like
34 causing the turnover for Air Force. Quentin Carlisle hustling across, just seeing that ball out of bounds. 7 minutes remaining in the third. Pleasure to have you along with us from the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. Robert Morris, they lead 14-7. Air Force on the attack. Falcons with Ethan Grandolfo. Now all the way over to the other side. Falcons still control. Nice pass up to the top. Shot comes in. Shot whistle just right from Matthew O'Rourke, senior from Swanee, Georgia. Just northwest of Atlanta. Fight for it. Thought it was picked up momentarily there, but it'll be Air Force maintaining. And that's going to be...
And then ground ball, Air Force.
Timeout is called.
Timeout by the United States Air Force Academy Falcons. They trail 14-7. to Robert Morris. .551 remaining in the third. Falcons trailing 14-7 to Robert Morris. Just a frigid Saturday afternoon here in Colorado Springs. Pleasure to have you along with us. Referee's just going across, take a look at the shot clock. Snow playing havoc with things here at the Air Force Academy.
Where is the ball? You should just whip it up the goal then.
Yeah, wherever 17 is for Robert Morris, I think that's where it is.
So 14-7, the Robert Morris lead. Just under 10 minutes remaining. Last goal from Air Force by Quincy Peen, his 5th of this season.
Great attempt, Robert Morris.
All that for
Robert Morris
just made the assumption.
almost a little bit loose with that pass, but they control. Breaking out is Austin Popovich. Over to the far side is Jake Boudreau. Boudreau over to the middle to Ben Starkey. Starkey to Smith. And behind the Falcon net. Shot's gonna come in. Shot's gonna go high. Robert Morris maintaining the ball. And picked up by Air Force.
26 ground ball, Air Force 19, 13 Air Force.
Brandon Host picking up that ground ball, the Air Force goalkeeper. Air Force. Shad Bruce drops it over to Mike Matheson, that pass. Now near side to Quincy Peen.
I'm gonna go ground ball. Is he kind of
4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 14-7, the Colonial lead. It's been a fantastic performance by Robert Morris so far in this game. Shot's going to go whistled high there by Brandon Krause, the junior from Maryland for the Air Force Falcons. Great pass from Air Force. It's a nice shot from Mike Matheson, but it was a great save by Robert Morris.
Ground ball, Robert Morris, 32.
Robert Morris emerging with that ground ball. That's Josh Schreibis, the junior from Pennsylvania. Shot whistled wide.
Shot 23 wide.
Austin Popovich just drops it back. He'll get the ball back from Jake Boudreau. Popovich gives it to Dan Taddeo. And behind the net for Robert Morris, here's Smith. Shot comes in off of the face. Great save from Air Force.
Ground ball, Robert Morris 1. Turnover.
And Air Force picks up the ground ball. That's going to be James Chastain with that pickup for the Falcons, and a flag comes out.
Penalty on Robert Morris. I think it's going to be 15. So
30-second penalty.
Colonial's number 51, Jimmy Perkins with a hold.
It was Jimmy Perkins being called on the hold. So Air Force with the advantage for 30 seconds. 2 minutes and 20 remaining in the third quarter here from the United States Air Force Academy.
I know. It's just like, it's like a proper ability. It's cool.
Good ball movement from Air Force. Just lose the handle on that one a little bit out from off of Brendan Krause. Falcons will keep it. Falcons back to August Johnson. Johnson, a junior from right here in Colorado Springs, went to high school at Cheyenne Mountain, just down the road. Johnson again with the ball. Air Force swinging it back and forth, trying to take advantage of this penalty. Shot one in from Quincy Peen, but wide.
I guess that's the same. Reset.
Falcons looking to create another opportunity as we tick down here toward the end of the third.
Shot 23
Good
wide.
physical defense, just sandwiching Matthew O'Rourke out of that opportunity. Shot's going to come in there from the top. And that is going to be a goal for Air Force.
August Johnson.
It's August Johnson, young man from right here in Colorado Springs that Cheyenne Mountain, the assist to Quincy Peen.
Goes to Quincy Peen.
Okay, 22 for Robert Morris and 18 for Hopkins. Pick up the slide. It's like, oh, okay.
Pick up there from Air Force, picking up the ground ball, Brandon Krause. Falcons with a head of steam toward the end of the third. 14-8 now, the Robert Morris lead. Falcons surveying their options, drop it back to Johnson, who just got that goal. Nice little spin move from Chase Douglas. Douglas off to the side to Ethan Grandolfo. 5 seconds remaining in the quarter. Shot's got to go in now for the Falcons, and it does, and it whistles high. And that is the end of the third quarter. Robert Morris, they lead 14-8. You're watching Air Force Lacrosse.
That last one, 2 or 3 and unsettled before that, you got to be willing to shoot the ball. If you got a broken situation, shoot the ball and bring yours. It feels like we're still shooting low. Bring yours and start putting the ball high. Bring it, Joe!
Fourteen to 8, Robert Morris. Any lead over the United States Air Force Academy here in Colorado Springs. Finally got a orange ball for the
Ground ball, Robert Morris 20.
fourth quarter.
Turnover 20, caused by 25. Ground
Falcons have a great opportunity here to start the fourth. Just holding it up was Grandolfo. Grandolfo in behind to Mike Matheson. Matheson over to Aiden Tolan. Tolan drops it back. Chase Douglas. Douglas has gotten a goal and an assist so far this afternoon. Scooping that one up was Gianni Orlando. Back to Orlando. Orlando over Brandon Krause. Krause over into the middle, snapshot and a goal. Beautifully done from Aiden Tolan.
Falcons goal. Aiden Tolan with the goal. Assist to Brendan Krause.
Beautiful assist from Brendan Krause. Within 5 now are the Falcons.
Ground ball, Air Force 17.
Ground ball picked up by Chris Bardak for the Falcons. Great opportunity here for Air Force just to keep that pressure that they showed to start this fourth quarter. Nice little spin move from Ethan Grandolfo. Gianni Orlando gets the ball back. Orlando over to Chase Douglas. Now on the far side with Brendan Krause. Here's Krause, wants it on his left, gets it on his left, shot, blocked. Shot again, saved.
Ground ball 22.
And picked up from
Shot 22.
Robert Morris.
Clear tap, Robert Morris. And clear.
Robert Morris swings that one back over. Shot goes in, really well saved there by the Air Force Academy. That was Braden Host, the senior goalkeeper from Aurora, Colorado. Long pass into the corner. Just unable to track that one down was Mike Matheson, the senior from Syracuse, New York.
Let's do the goalie, yeah. And then clear tap, Robert Morris in that clear. That one was tough.
Robert Morris hold, just try to slow things down a little bit with Popovich. Popovich over to Jake Boudreau. Worked all the way around, back to Popovich. Popovich gives it off to Brandon Sulhoff. Sulhoff, the junior from Owings, Maryland. Curling was Ryan Smith, thought about the shot, but a really good save once again from Air Force. And there'll be a penalty flag. Ball will go to Air Force. Quincy Peen's got it, just waiting for the officials go ahead. Robert Morris is coach Drew McKinn out onto the field. McKinnon, his 10th season with Robert Morris. A couple changes for the visitors.
How long is the penalty? 30?
Yeah, a 30-second.
30-second penalty.
51.
Going against
Penalty to the Colonials.
Jimmy Perkins.
30 seconds.
30-second penalty. Great chance here for the Falcons. Falcons are behind the Robert Morris goal. Nice little switch back to Quincy Peen. Now August Johnson. O'Rourke over to Peen.
Oh my gosh.
Right in front, golden opportunity for Quincy Peen.
4 seconds on the penalty.
Great chance for Air Force to get to double digits on the scoreboard. The Falcons keep it. Shot goes in. Beautiful shot from August Johnson. Junior from Cheyenne Mountain High School here in Colorado Springs, number 1, August Johnson.
August Johnson with the score.
14-10, the Robert Morris advantage.
Ground ball, Air Force 18.
Falcons
Shot 18 wide.
fight for it. Shot just wide from Brandon Krause, junior from Maryland, Eldersburg, Maryland. Ball for Chase Douglas. Douglas will look for help. Referee's whistle's gonna go. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this game. Robert Morris held the lead most of the afternoon.
6-9.
Referee just making sure the shot clock is all right. Falcons swing it quickly. Just losing his footing momentarily was Mike Matheson. Matheson over to the far side to Johnson. Now it'll go in behind. Chase Douglas. Douglas on the right-hand side.
I'm going to go shot 5 blocked and then ground ball Air Force 22. And then shot 22 Air Force blocked.
And a flag coming in. Referees converge.
And we have a flag.
He had Doug in a full headlock.
Confirmation here in just a moment of that last penalty marker. Changes aplenty for the Colonials.
Yeah, 17. How long? 17, right? Yeah.
Penalty to the Colonials, number 17, Sean Vines.
How long?
Sean Vines picking up the penalty. Sean Vines out of Conowingo, Maryland.
1 minute.
1 minute penalty. Great opportunity once again here for the Falcons.
Let's go. Come on.
Up top, shot's gonna come in. Shot's gonna be blocked. That was Matthew O'Rourke with the shot for Air Force. Here's O'Rourke again. Shot's coming in again. Whistled that one just wide. Falcons, good ball movement. Shot again. This time well over the top from Brendan Krause. Krause. Shot from the top for Air Force and a goal. Matthew O'Rourke.
Falcons goal. Number 23, Matthew O'Rourke.
Just under 10 minutes remaining.
Assist 18.
Assisted by Brandon Krause. Falcons trail
18 for Air Force.
14-11. Great opportunity here for the Air Force Falcons.
Violation, Robert Morris.
A violation against the Colonials. It'll be Air Force ball. August Johnson. in-town product for the Falcons. Beautiful move.
Shot 22, save.
Wonderful move there from Mike Matheson. Ball comes across, scooped up, Air Force shot, and a goal, Quincy Peen.
Falcons goal. Quincy Payne with the
Assist by Ethan Grandolfo.
assist goes to Ethan Randolfo.
And we have got game on here. Falcons trail by just 2.
Timeout is called by the Colonials.
Timeout for Robert Morris.
Number 39, James Wheeler, 30/1 minute.
Offense over there. 2 huddles. Stay soft, guys. Bring it up. All right, 60. Take a blow right now. Everybody take a blow. All right. So, Yep. Coach, we stay at 60 now? Strauss, can you shoot that stuff? Yes. Yeah. All right, you're going to stay then.
Back here at the Air Force Academy, Falcons trail now by just 2 goals, 8.5 minutes remaining. Falcons will control. Tremendous fight back this has been from Air Force. Falcons will bring in Quincy Peen. Here he is with the ball. Over to the far side to August Johnson. Now Aiden Tolan. And behind the Robert Morris net. Nice pickup there from Air Force. Shot's going to go in from a very tight angle from Brandon Krause. Just go whistling right by the Robert Morris net. Ball movement once again from the Falcons. Shot goes in. Shot really well saved though by Liam Rosenthal for Robert Morris.
Turnover 13.
Falcons really
Ground ball, Robert Morris, 48.
pushing the tempo, but Robert Morris could have some priceless possession here as they
Turnover 17.
momentarily had the ball up the near side, but the Falcons win it back. 7 minutes remaining in this game. Air Force brings it up. It's Quincy Peen, senior from Bridgewood, New Jersey. Peen curling. Defense comes over. Has to hand that ball off, but Peen will get it back, looking behind the net to Aiden Tolan. Here's Tolan, 40 on the shot clock. Tolan out front to Peen, swings it across to Matthew O'Rourke. This is O'Rourke, over to Peen. Whistled that shot just wide.
Ground ball, Air Force One.
Ground ball picked up by August Johnson. Johnson. Fight for it there. Good defense from Robert Morris.
Nice flop.
And that'll be the end of that shot clock. So that'll be possession to Robert Morris. Up the far side with Sean Vines, senior from Conowingo, Maryland. Vines able to go really long way before handing that ball off to Popovich. Popovich near side, Starkey. Starkey into the corner. 5.5 minutes remain. Elliot Holden gave it off to Popovich. Popovich looks for Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith's got 3 goals and a brace of assists so far in this game. Robert Morris could spell a possession. They've needed this. Shot's going to go in. Shot's going to go just wide. Fight for it into the corner. Picked up by the Colonials.
Ground ball 24.
Smith over to Popovich. Popovich behind the back. Tried to get a little cute. Air Force win that one back. They'll get it out to Quincy Peen.
Turnover 13 caused by 4. And then ground ball on the goalie.
Peen slowing things down. Senior from New Jersey. Off to Brandon Krause. Krause to Gianni Orlando. Orlando just checking back into this one. Krause again. Orlando. Orlando's just going to take on the defender. Gets the corner, but not much else. He'll give it off to Tolan. Tolan out to Krause. Krause keeps his feet well. Back to O'Rourke. Wonderful save, though, by Robert Morris and Liam Rosenthal.
Air Force 22.
Ground ball picked up by the Falcons and Matheson. Just in behind there and seeing that ball.
5 caused by 48.
Turnover from Tolan caused by Evan Helmich, the junior from Pickerington, Ohio, for the Colonials. Up the other end we go. Inside of 3.5 minutes remaining in this game, Falcons clawed their way all the way back to within 2 here in the snow in Colorado Springs. Ball to the far side. Here's Ryan Smith again. Smith off to Holden. Holden now for Sulhoff, who just checked in. Robert Morris in behind. Sulhoff again. Now Smith thought about the shot. Gives it off. Sulhoff with the shot. Good save. Perhaps that one was just wide. Sulhoff, extra pass, and again, Air Force doing a great job defensively to work back.
Ground ball,
Robert Morris keeps the ball. We'll see a stoppage here. Referees in discussion with the Colonials bench and head coach Drew McMinn. A shout out to Robert Morris's president, Chris Howard, a former Air Force Academy graduate, played here at the Academy on the football team and a Rhodes Scholar. Chris Howard, now the president of Robert Morris. Lengthy stoppage in play here just for this discussion with the referees. Just over 2 minutes remain in this game. Falcons trail by 2, 14-12. Pleasure to have you along with us on Falcon Vision this snowy afternoon. Robert Morris, get us back underway. 10 on the shot clock.
Shot 26 wide.
Shot goes in, goes whistling well wide from the Colonials. 7 on the shot clock for Robert Morris.
Shot 23.
Goes in. Reset of the shot clock. Just
Ground ball.
2 minutes and 6 seconds remain.
Timeout is called by the Colonials.
And it'll be a timeout for Robert Morris. They lead 14-12. 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in this game here at the Academy.
Let's go, White! Hey, keep the ball, boys. Let's go. Hell yeah, White. Let's go. Go, White. Crunch time, White. Let's go. Go, boys. Let's go, White. Come on now.
2 minutes, 6 seconds remain in this game. Robert Morris, they lead 14-12. We're United States Air Force Academy here in Colorado Springs. Robert Morris with the ball, just waiting for the restart. Falcon bench shouting out instructions. Robert Morris here with the ball. Falcons trying to trap in the corner. Falcons get the ball. Big turnover there for our Air Force and Quentin Carlisle. Big hit.
They got turnover 5, caused by 39 and ground ball.
And a big turnover right back for Robert Morris. I'll just look to hold this one. No reason to push the pace for the Colonials. Off to Austin Popovich. Popovich back to Elliot Holden. Holden to Popovich. Down into the corner for Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith with the ball. No rush for Ryan Smith, dumping in behind the Falcon net. 14-12. Robert Morris lead. Just running with it is Corson Keeley, the senior from Ottawa. Keeley in behind gives a glance to the scoreboard. Out to Austin Popovich. Popovich with a couple goals here today. Popovich just gonna stretch his legs, go for a little run. let the shot clock wind all the way down. Pass over to Smith. Smith sees that one taken away. It'll be Air Force. Now or never for the Falcons, but poked away by Robert Morris. 20 seconds remaining. It looks like the Colonials are going to come out. And we will see a timeout for the United States Air Force Academy. 17 seconds remaining in this game.
You're on the top side, and who's Lexington City? Who's up at Lexington City? Okay, no, who's up at Lexington City? OB, you're going to be on the bottom side. You guys are going to be our outside. You're on tight. Okay, everybody else is doing the same thing. You should have a close defenseman on this side of the ball. You should have a long, I'm sorry, a short stick on this side of the ball. We should have our goalie in the center for short sticks. Let's go. Let's go.
Head coach Bill Wilson with his final instructions for the Falcons. 17 seconds remain. Robert Morris, they lead 14-12. The United States Air Force Academy here. A snowy weekend in Colorado Springs. Roland Vargas, pleasure to have you along with us. Along with Brian German up top on camera. And a pleasure to be with you this afternoon on Falcon Vision, wherever you've been watching across the country. Robert Morris, get it in. Air Force able to pick it off. Falcons will push. No choice now but the Falcons to go quick. Inside 10 seconds remaining. Nice extra pass, beautifully done. And the Falcons get a goal.
Falcons goal.
Matthew O'Rourke.
Matthew O'Rourke with the goal.
O'Rourke with the goal for Air Force. 14-13 now. It's good play from Air Force to work that so quickly off of the turnover that they were able to force.
There was more time. Hey, 5. They said put 5 on the clock.
14-13, Robert Morris, they lead. Got to be clean from Air Force or time will run out. And that's just what happens. Robert Morris come into the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, led by Jimmy Perkins. Perkins had 4 goals and a couple assists, 7 shots in totals, and Ryan Smith. Smith had a hat trick and a couple of assists. They beat Air Force 14-13 here at the Academy. The Falcons, good performances all over for Air Force. Peen, Grandolfo, and Tolan each had a couple goals apiece. So did the local product, Johnson, for Air Force, August Johnson. But in the end, just too much from Robert Morris. They win 14-13. Pleasure to have you along with us on Falcon Vision. Good afternoon, everybody. Stay safe in the snow.